welcome to session 5 of Yoga at Home with Melissa. I'm really honored that you're here. Today we're going to do some twisting. So you do what you can. Skip what doesn't feel good and just try to have some fun. We're going to begin in child's pose. So you bring your knees as wide as the mat, toes come together to touch, and then rest your glutes down onto your heels as you reach the arms long in front of you, allowing your arms to be nice and heavy. Drop your forehead to the mat. And start with a deep inhale through your nose and a loud sigh out of your mouth. And then start to connect with your Ujjayi or oceanic breath. In and out of your nose, loud enough so that you can hear. And if you'd like to add a little rock with your head, left to right, nice and gentle, just a gentle stretch for your neck, feel free to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you just skip it. And then you start to pull your belly button up and in towards your spine. Start to press the hips back and crawl the fingers forward. So the elbows are off the mat, arms are long. Spread your fingers wide. And as you're ready, roll up, hands and knees. Press back, downward facing dog. And take a moment in your down dog to pedal out your heels. Perhaps you press down into your right heel as you gaze underneath your right arm. And then you switch sides, pressing down into the left heel, gazing underneath the left arm, and then setting up a rhythm for this little dog walk here. Slowly starting to wake up the body. And then when you're ready, press down into both heels, rise up to the balls of your feet and rock your body forward, high push up, press the shoulders forward to stretch your wrists. And then as you exhale, press back, down dog. Bring your feet together to touch and lift the right leg as high as you can, bend the knee, peel it open, kneecap reaching up to the ceiling. And if you want to circle your ankle and spread your toes, feel free. And then return that foot to the mat. We'll do the same thing left side. Lift it as long as you can. Bend the knee, peel it open, circling the ankles, spreading the toes. Returning that foot to the mat. Rising to the balls of the feet and bend the knees. Look at the space between your hands. Step, walk, or hop to the front of your mat. Feet are a little wider than hip width distance, and then just fold forward. Right? Let your neck be free. Shake your head out, yes and no. And then walk your hands over to the outside of your right foot. Drop your head. Tailbone is lifting up towards the ceiling. I'm just beginning with a nice gentle twist. Walk your hands over to the left. And then drop your head, keep breathing. And then come back to center. Heel toe your feet together to touch. And then slowly just roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. The right hand is going to grab the left wrist. You're going to root to your feet and lift up to lengthen and then go over to the right. Lengthening both sides of your body. Maybe you go deeper to the right. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center and switch sides. Reaching the left arm up, lifting the ribs up, and then over to the left. Take an inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Interlace your hands behind your back. Knuckles to the heels as the gaze and the heart lift up to the ceiling. Gently leaning back. deep inhale. Exhale with a long spine, fold forward all the way down, nose to your knees. You can bend your knees if you'd like. Arms over your head, keep breathing. Release your hands to the mat, halfway lift, and then step it back, chaturanga. Nice and easy, high push-up to low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a moment, walk it out. Gazing underneath each arm, pressing the right heel down, gazing under the right arm, same with the left. And then pressing both heels down, rising to the balls of your feet, bend your knees to stretch your toes, and then step, walk, or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise, this time hands shoulder width distance apart, chair pose, sink it low, soften your shoulders and your eyes. A deep inhale here. Exhale, fold, nose to your knees, straighten your legs, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, high to low push-up, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Fingers are spread wide, feet come together to touch, lift the right leg. Step that foot between your hands, high lunge, all 10 toes point forward, back heel off the mat. When you're ready, rise up. Soften and sink. There's a gentle tuck in the pelvis here. Right hip gently presses back, left hip forward, reaching your arms out. Start to go back, gaze up to the ceiling, lift your heart up to the ceiling, open your hands. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, just gently fold forward. Frame the front foot, straighten the leg and fold, nose to your knee. And then step the left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, rise. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Bend back. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Step it back. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Can you hear the Ujjayi breathing? Staying connected to the breath as much as you can. Left leg lifts. Step that foot between your hands. High lunge on the left. Finding your balance. If you feel wobbly, you widen your feet. Let's side. Take a deep inhale. Just softening and relaxing into it. Gazing up. Starting to reach your heart up. Opening your hands up. Deep inhale. Exhale. Gently come forward. Frame the front foot. Straighten the leg. Nose to your knee. Step the right foot forward next to the left. Inhale, rise. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Chair pose. Sink it low. Inhale here. Exhale, fold, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Step it back. Chaturanga, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. A moment here. Feet come together to touch, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Once again, high lunge, step that foot between your hands, rise up, open up your hands, open up your heart, go back, deep inhale. Exhale, you come forward, frame the front foot. This time you keep your left hand on the mat as you reach the right arm up to the ceiling, pressing that right top shoulder back. You could turn your gaze up to your right hand, only if it's okay on your neck. Keep breathing here. You're doing good. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, frame the front foot, straighten the leg and fold, nose to your knee. And then step the left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, rise. Hands Hands touch overhead. This time, bend back. Come to center, swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift, step it back, chaturanga. High to low push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Hear the Ujjayi breathing, stay connected. Left leg lifts. Step that foot between your hands, find your balance. Inhale, you rise. Softening and sinking, go back, opening the heart. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Frame the front foot. This time it's the right hand that stays on the mat as the left arm reaches up. Gentle twisting here. Pressing the top shoulder back. Maybe the gaze comes up to the left thumb. Maybe it doesn't, and that's okay. You could keep your gaze down. Keep breathing here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, frame the front foot, straighten the leg, and fold forward. Step the right foot forward next to the left. Inhale, rise. Hands touch, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, a moment or two, pedaling it out, gazing under your arms. And then return to center. So your fingers are spread really wide. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. And then I ask that you rock forward into a high push-up. And we're gonna do this little knee tap, right? And you take your right knee and you tap your left elbow and then you step it back. You take the left knee and tap the right elbow and step it back. And I want you to do this really smooth and quietly, almost as if you're floating. We're gonna do it together for 20. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Down dog. Whoo, side out, lift the right leg. Step the right foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften here. Let's sigh. Inhale. Bend back and open up. Good, and then come to center. Make sure you're really stable here with a solid foundation. And then we're gonna reach the right arm back and the left arm forward, thumbs up, pinkies down. Gently bring your shoulders back so they're stacked on top of your hips. Maybe you can turn your gaze to your back thumb, but that's just an option. It's not a necessity. Keep breathing. Staying connected to the Ujjayi breathing, allowing that to keep us calm and centered and focused. When things start to get a little heated, we don't have to get swept up in the drama, right, of the moment. Just stay calm, breathe. When you're ready, drop that back hand, touch your back thigh, and start to reach the fingers up to the sky. So sinking down, but reaching up. Keep breathing. You're always open to dropping that back knee to the mat if you'd like. Hands come together overhead. Bend back, a little bit of a crescent lunge here. Inhale. And as you exhale, come to center, bring your hands to your heart. Keep your core engaged, come forward to lengthen, and then twist some more. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Pulling the belly up and off the thigh. Right? Pressing the top hand into the bottom and leaning back. Breathing here. Hear the breath. Practice staying calm, centered, and focused. If you'd like, you could spread your wings here and fly. If you'd like, you could turn your gaze up to your right thumb, but these are all options. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, you frame the front foot, straighten the leg, and fold. Excellent job. Keep breathing. Step the left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, rise. Bring your hands together to touch and bend back. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale, come to center. Swan dive all the way down, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. A moment or two to just reset. Pedal it out. Hear the deep, calm Ujjayi breathing. Fingers are spread wide and you're rooted into your hands. Rock forward, high push up. Press your heels away from you. Press your hands into the mat to lengthen your arms, and we're going to do that little float again, right? So it's almost like you're floating. Your feet barely touch the mat. Right elbow, left knee, right elbow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, down dog. Woo! Lift the left leg. Step the foot between your hands. Here we go. Rise up. Exhale, soften. You can do that little bounce just to make sure you feel really solid and stable. If you're wobbly, widen your feet. Pull your belly in. Let's sigh here. Take a deep inhale. Good. Nice and relaxed. We begin by opening our hands, opening our heart. Inhaling, going back. Exhale, come back to center. Soften your shoulders. Left arm back, right arm forward. Pressing that left shoulder back. Sinking deep into your legs. Lengthening the spine and breathing here. When you're ready, drop the back hand, touch the back thigh. Reach the right fingers up to the sky. Sink and reach. Staying connected, staying calm. Keep in mind you can drop that back knee to the mat. Hands touch overhead. Bend back, crescent lunge. Come back to center, hands to your heart. Cores engaged, come forward. And then find another twist. Right elbow, left knee, pulling the belly up off the thigh. You could even make a fist with that top hand. Leaning back, lifting the top rib cage up to the ceiling, maybe the gaze to the ceiling. Maybe you spread your wings and fly. You decide what's good for you today and keep breathing. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, frame the front foot, straighten the leg and fold. Step the right foot forward next to the left. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. And then reach your arms over your head. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Squat down into your chair. Right, so weight is in the heels. And then bring your hands to your heart. See if you can sink a little deeper, and then we're going to twist. Left elbow, right knee. Take a quick look at your knees. You can even take your hand and place them on the front of your kneecaps, and just make sure they're in one line. And then sink the hips lower. Once again, pressing the top hand into the bottom. You could even make a fist if you'd like. Lifting the heart higher than the hips. Breathe in. Hear the Ujjayi breathing. Stay calm here. Release the hands to the mat. Straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet apart about hip width distance. And then your peace fingers, your first two fingers, wrap around your big toes. Lengthen your spine so it's parallel to the mat. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, just fold. Ha. Your knees can be bent here. Shake out your head. You can shake your tail feathers, moving from side to side. Shake your head out, yes, no. Feel your shoulders softening and releasing. Good, then release your feet, hands to the mat, heel toe your feet back together to touch, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Reach your arms up over your head, hands shoulder width distance apart, and we're going to squat back down into our chair. Weight is in your heels, though your toes are on the mat. Bring your hands to your heart, and then twist opposite side. Pressing the top hand into the bottom, lifting the top rib towards the ceiling as the bottom rib faces the wall that you're facing. Keep breathing. Again, you could make a fist if you'd like. You could even begin to slide the armpit down towards the knee if you'd like. Keep breathing here. You're doing really good. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release, straighten your legs and fold forward. And then once again, just roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time, there's no rush. And when you reach the top, pick your shoulders up and roll them down your back. Turn the palms of your hands up to face, open to face the front of the room. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose and a loud sigh out of your mouth. Standing tall, solidly rooted into your feet for Tadasana mountain pose. Hearing the calm Ujjayi breathing. Start to root into the four corners of your feet. Pull your belly in. Lengthen your spine. But reach your fingertips down towards the mat to keep the shoulders soft. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to begin our balancing by placing your hands on your hips. And then bend the right knee, the height of your hip. And you're going to reach out with your right hand and grab your right knee. If you'd like to give it a shot, you could grab your foot. But if that doesn't work, that's fine. You come back to the knee. Extend the left arm out to the left. Extend that right leg out to the right. Maybe you turn your gaze to your left hand. Maybe you don't. Keep breathing. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, come back to center and release. Give your body a little shake. Root down into your feet, hands to your hips. Now before we begin, just take a moment and find a space in front of you to rest your gaze, your drishti. Rooting into both feet, lift the left knee. Left hand grabs the left knee. Right arm comes out to the right. If you want to grab the foot, that's an option, but it's not a necessity. Standing tall, extending that leg straight out to the left, keep breathing. Maybe you turn your gaze to the right, maybe not today. Pull the leg back to center, release, and shake it out. Hands to your hips, root down into your feet. And we're going to once again lift the right knee. And this time, your left hand is going to grab your right knee, or your right foot. And you're going to extend that right arm back, standing as tall as you can. Maybe you turn your gaze to your back hand. Maybe you don't, and that's okay. You breathe here. Gently come back to center. Release, give it a shake. Rooting down, standing tall, hands to your hips. Left knee lifts. Right hand grabs the left knee. Maybe it grabs the foot. Again, if you're not grabbing the foot, it's okay. It's all okay. You could start to turn your gaze back if you'd like or not. Stand tall. Press that back shoulder back, breathing. Come back to center. Give it a little shake. Swim your arms out and up, hands touch overhead, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift, step it back, chaturanga, high to low push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Again, walking it out here. So I ask that you bring your feet a little wider than hip width distance, and we're gonna rock forward into a high push-up. Now, if your wrists get sensitive, you can make fists here. We're gonna keep our hands flat on the mat, and we're gonna do a little twisting here. So I want you to keep the arms and the hands exactly as they are, and then just glide over to the right side, so you're kind of heel-toeing it, right? And then we're very gently gonna slide over to the left. Take your time. Over to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, two more, to the right, to the left, last one, to the right, and to the left, and then back to center. And we're gonna come down to our forearms, and we're gonna do the same thing on our forearms. Yes, you can. Over to the right, and then over to the left. That's one. To the right, to the left. That's two. Stay with it. To the right, to the left. Three, two more. To the right, to the left. Last one. To the right, to the left. Center. Press the heels away from you. You can drop the knees to the mat. We've got this. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop your hips, flatten your feet. Inhale as you gaze up. Exhale, take a nap. Arms long at your sides, palms up. One ear to the mat, close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and a sigh. Return to the oceanic breathing. Hear your breath just like the waves in the ocean, flowing effortlessly and consistently. If you'd like, pick up a shoulder and roll it down your back. You can pick up the opposite shoulder and roll that down your back. And then flip your head, other ear to the mat. Maybe you pick up both shoulders and roll those down your back. Calm breathing. Turn your chin to face the mat. Press your pinky toes into the mat. Now you can bring your big toes together to touch, or you can keep your feet spread a little bit wider, and either way is fine. But pressing the toenails into the mat. Turning the palms of the hands down to face the mat. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. If the low back sensitive, keep the thighs on the mat. Otherwise, lift the thighs. Lift the arms, rolling the shoulders down the back, reaching the fingertips and the toes towards the wall behind you. If it feels good to interlace the fingers and reach the knuckles to the wall behind you, that's an option. Gaze is down so your neck is parallel to the mat. Get as long as you can and breathe. Take one more inhaling, lengthen. Exhale, release everything down. Bend your knees and start to windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then let the legs go long on the mat. Chin to the mat, hands next to your shoulders. And then you're slowly going to roll up, lift the chest, the belly, the hips, the thighs, everything off the mat but the tops of the feet and the hands. Gaze is up, belly button is pressing forward. Deep inhale. Exhale, curl the toes and press it back, down dog. Take a moment here. Now you may want to walk your hands in a little bit closer to your feet. And your right hand is going to grab your left ankle and you're going to gaze underneath that left arm. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, just switch sides. Left hand, right ankle, gazing under the right arm. Keep breathing. And then release. And then just drop to your knees. Cross your ankles and find a seat in the center of your mat. Sitting up tall. Feet are parallel, chest is lifted. Hands are parallel. And you're slowly, just one vertebrae at a time, gonna lay down on your mat. If there's something in your hair, please pull it out. Allow yourself to be free. If the low back sensitive, keep the knees bent. You can knock them together as you widen the feet. Otherwise, it's our mini Shavasana, so the legs go long, toes fall out to the sides, arms long, palms up. Close your eyes. We begin with a deep inhale through your nose, fill your lungs and hold your breath. Hold it. Let it go. With your lips and your eyes closed, I ask that you breathe, inhale through your nose as I count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath. Slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then kindly continue this on your own. You can count for 4, you can count for 6. Whatever feels most comfortable in your body is good. So keep in mind, we will return to this at the end of class. If you feel like keeping your eyes closed, you can. Otherwise, open your eyes. Set up for bridge pose, so bend your knees. If it feels right in your body, the longest finger can touch the backs of the heels, but as always, if not, you skip it. Pressing down into your feet, you slowly start to roll up, lifting the hips first. Coming up as high as you possibly can. You can keep your arms long at your sides or interlace the fingers and scooch the shoulders. Pressing down to lift high and breathing. Staying calm and connected. you lift up a little bit higher, take a deep inhale. If the hands are interlaced, release them and just slowly begin unrolling. Nice and easy here, allowing it to feel nice in your body. Good. And then we'll do hip lifts today. So pressing down into your feet, I want you to lift your hips as high as you can. Squeeze your glutes and then lower hips to the mat. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keep going. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Make sure you're breathing. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold your hips up high. If you like scooching the shoulders and interlacing the fingers, please do so. You could lift the heels if it feels okay. If not, you drop them, not a big deal. And if you choose, you could lift the right leg, point the toes to the ceiling. Everybody lift the hips higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it if it's lifted. Left leg lifts or not. Everybody lift the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop it if it's up. Last time, press down, lift up. Take a deep inhale. Releasing the hands if they're interlaced, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, unrolling. Absolutely no rush. When you land, again, you can widen the feet and knock the knees together, or you bring the soles of your feet together, knees open wide. One hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Feel the beat of the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Stay focused and connected to this, along with the sound of the Ujjayi breathing. If you're having difficulty focusing today, there's no worries. You can count, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. You could repeat a personal mantra. My mantra suggestion for today is I am safe, supported, and free. I am safe, I am supported, I am free. I am safe, I am supported, I am free. You're welcome to remain here for as long as you need. There's absolutely no rush in this practice. When you're ready to move forward, you can gently open your eyes. Hug your knees into your chest. Rocking left to right, making little circles with your knees in one direction and then the other. And then drop your feet to the mat. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows open wide. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders as high as you can. So for our ab work, our core work, we're gonna do bicycle abs. So lift your toes. The right elbow is gonna tap the left knee or come somewhere close, and then you're gonna switch sides. You ready? Here we go, nice and smooth. With purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keep going. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Keep going. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Hug your knees into your chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, full body stretch. So reach your arms over your head. Point your toes to the wall in front of you. Inhale, get as long as you can. Exhale, relax, just soften, let everything go. Hug your knees back into your chest and just rock once again. Make those little circles. And then drop your feet to the mat. We're going to do cow face on our back, so cross the right knee over the left. Pick up your feet, reach up, grab your heels, and then you gently start to pull the heels in towards your shoulders as you drop the head. Nice and relaxed here. Keep breathing. And it's a gentle, gentle guiding the heels in towards your armpits, right? So that you can increase the stretch, but you're gentle with yourself. And then release your feet and uncross, just switch sides, grabbing the heels, gently pulling the heels in towards the shoulders. Keep breathing. Excellent. Then release the feet. Hug the knees into the chest, and we're going to rock and roll here, head to tail, coming up to a seat. And then from here, today we're going to do a straddle stretch. So you can come sideways on your mat and then straddle your legs as wide as you can. Sitting up really tall. In fact, you can bring your arms out and press your elbows back. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, maybe you can reach forward and grab your feet, right? And you're just gently allowing the chest to fall closer to the floor. If you'd like, you can bring your arms long in front of you. And you can play around, finding a space that feels okay. And just breathing here, just gently stretching it out so you never force anything. And then when you're ready, come on up to seated. And we're going to do a gentle twist. You're going to twist over to your right leg. And then you're just going to fold forward, not forcing anything. You can bring the hands on either side of that right foot. Your hands could grab your right foot, and you're just gently dropping your nose towards your knee to your own degree. Keep breathing. And then come back to center, and we're going to switch sides. So you gently twist over to the left. Hands frame that left foot. Maybe you grab the left foot with your hands. The nose towards the knee. Breathing, not forcing, just allowing. And then come back to center. Sit up tall. And then this time you're going to take the right forearm and drop it inside the right thigh. And you're going to start to reach the left arm up and over, just gently reaching towards those toes, right? And maybe you don't find them today, and that's okay. Maybe you do. You turn your gaze up underneath your left arm. Keep breathing. And then very gently, just twist around, belly over the thigh, nose to the knee. And then come back to center. We're going to switch sides. Right, so the left forearm inside the left thigh, right arm gently reaching up and over, searching for those toes. Perhaps you don't find them today, maybe you do. You turn the gaze underneath the right arm. You reconnect, Ujjayi breathing. And then when you're ready, once again, very gently twist around. Chest to your thigh, nose to your knee. And then come back to center one more time. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Grab your feet and fold it forward. Maybe you bring your arms long in front of you. Keep breathing. And then gently come back to center. Bring your legs together to touch on your mat. Sitting up tall. We're going to do a double-legged extension. So lift your arms straight up to the ceiling. Look up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward, grab what you can. Forehead reaching towards your toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. One more time, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then keeping a hold of your feet. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit to grab your feet, feel free. Sit up tall. And your left hand is going to grab your right foot. And you're slowly going to lift that right leg up off the mat. Reach the right arm back. Right? Straightening the spine, sitting tall. Pressing that right shoulder back. Maybe lifting the right leg a little higher. Keep breathing. You're doing really good. And then come back to center. You can give it a little bounce of the legs up and down. And we do the same thing on the opposite side. So the right hand grabs the left foot. The left arm reaches back. You lift that leg up. Sit up as tall as you can. Maybe you turn the gaze to the back hand. Your breath is calm here. Back to center. You can bounce your legs up and down. And then take your right foot and place it to the outside of your left knee. Sit up tall. And you can hook your left elbow on your knee and reach your right arm behind you and then gently twist. So you're sitting really tall. Once again, pressing that back shoulder back, breathing here. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist just gently, a little bit more. And then unwind, come back to center. You can shake it out. And we switch sides. Left foot outside of the right knee, sitting up tall, hooking your elbow, left arm behind you. See if you can sit a little taller and gently twisting. So inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twist, not forcing it. Keep breathing. And then gently unwinding, coming back to center. You're going to bring your hands a few inches beyond your hips. Your fingers are pointing towards your toes. Your feet touch, your toes point, and you lift your hips up off the mat, pressing the bottoms of the feet down into the floor. If the neck's sensitive, you keep your head lifted. Otherwise, you drop your head. Press down to lift up. Keep breathing. One more inhale, lift up as high as you can. Exhale, slowly lower the hips to the mat. Fish pose, sit on your fingertips. Roll back onto your elbows. Again, if the neck's sensitive, you keep the head lifted. Otherwise, you drop the head. Close the eyes. This is a great opportunity to release any tension, any stress, anything that's no longer working for you. You let it go right here. Take a deep inhale. Again. Last time, let it go. Excellent. Release your elbows, lay flat down on your back. Bring your arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat. Cross the right leg over the left. And then pick up the right hips and move them an inch or two to the right. Turn your gaze to the right and drop your knees to the left. And feel free to wiggle around a little bit, right, so that the shoulders are glued to the mat. And let's sigh here. Take a deep inhale. Just gently allowing the knees to fall closer to the mat. Reconnecting to the Ujjayi breathing. Keeping your mantra in your mind. I am safe, supported, and free. If you'd like, you start to reach the right arm up and over. The hands touch, and then you just beautifully glide the fingers back across the arm, over the chest, opening back up, and just pause here for a moment and notice how that feels in your body. And if it felt really good and you want to do it again, feel free. And then gently come back to center. Realign your hips. Left leg crosses over the right. Pick up the hips, move them an inch or two to the left. Turn your gaze to the left and drop your knees to the right. Once again, feeling free to wiggle around. Find that sweet spot, right? That place that's just right. And close your eyes. We sigh to soften, to let go, to go deeper. Take a deep inhale. Reconnecting to the sound of the oceanic breath. Perhaps returning our thoughts to our mantra. Resting, just noticing how it feels in your body. If it feels good, go for it one more time. Gracefully gliding it back, opening up. And then bring your knees back to center, uncross, realign your hips. hug your knees into your chest, doing that little circling with your knees, one direction and then the other. And then pausing for a moment of gratitude. Think of just one thing to be grateful for in this moment. Squeeze yourself into a tight little ball. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, Shavasana. So you take as much time as you need to get comfortable. If you want to cover your eyes, grab your eye towel, cover your eyes. If you want to cover your body with a blanket, feel free. You can rock your head left to right. Scoot your shoulders, your hips, rock your feet. And then settle in. We begin with an inhale through your nose, filling your lungs and holding your breath. Hold it at the top. Let it go. Repeating your mantra if you like. Otherwise, just start to really tune in to the stillness. Tune in to your inner wisdom, giving your soul an opportunity to speak to you. Bring your awareness to your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches and your heels, and all those tiny bones in your feet relax. Your ankles relax. Your shins and your calves sink. Your knees relax. Your thighs and your thigh bones melt. Feel your hips, glutes, pelvis, all of your internal organs sink. Feel your entire spinal column just slowly melt into the ground. Your shoulders and your ankle bones relax. Your ribs and your lungs relax. Your heart is at rest. All of the muscles in your torso just melt. Biceps, triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, all 10 fingers, those tiny bones in your hands, even your fingernails relax. Your neck is relaxed. Your chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, lips, relax. Ears, cheeks, and nose, relax. Eyes, eyeballs, eyelids, and eyebrows, relax. Forehead, scalp, and brain. Your entire body is relaxed. Deep inside each one of us is a light that is utterly peaceful and quiet. It is unaffected and undisturbed by the outer world. It is unchanged by birth and death. It is not limited by time and space. Teachers can teach you about this world, but only you can come to know the inner you. This inner light is always pure, ever present, and free of sorrow. Learn to rest here, where you are safe, loved, supported, and free. When you're ready, you could start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If it felt good, you could reach your arms over your head and stretch out. You could hug your knees into your chest and roll over to a side. There is no rush. When you feel ready, just very gently come on up to a seat. Bring our hands to our heart, and we end the session with the sound of unity, just one